Do you believe the jurors saw any of that, were swayed by any of that?
No, I don't think there's any reason to believe that the jurors violated their oath. And again, that suggestion was disappointing to hear.
So Ben Chew claims he was so disappointed with Elaine, Amber's attorney, when she claimed that the jury's verdict was influenced by the public, because the jury had been there for 6 weeks trying to fairly listen to both parties' testimonies before they made a judgment. They had worked hard and done their best respectfully, and it was so disappointing when Elaine mentioned that their verdict wasn't theirs, but had been influenced by other people. Jurors are always told to stay away from social media, and if by mistake they see something related to their case online, they should only base their verdict on the happenings in court and not what they see in social media. And that was not an exemption for the jurors that attended the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
They're told not to go and look at anything. They have weekends, they have families, they have social media.
But Elaine being Elaine, she still went on national TV and claimed that the judgment was unfair because the jury were influenced by social media ongoing. She also claimed that the judge was also biased and had only given Johnny and his team permission to use some more evidence than them. Ben Chew, Johnny's lawyer, said this was unprofessional and very disappointing from Elaine, because the judge was so fair to both sides and they were allowed equal rights on evidences to provide, so Elaine going on live and lying about it was not a good picture to either Amber or her team. Elaine claimed that the verdict was a setback to all those women who would now be afraid to come forward with their abuse problems. But Johnny lawyers said that no, it was actually an eye-opener for people to realize that domestic abuse did not know any gender and that everyone should come forward and get help. It was quite obvious that Amber was lying when all her testimony and witnesses did not align with each other. All the evidence showed that Johnny was the wrongly accused person in the courthouse, and that the person who should have been labeled the beater should have been Amber. Johnny had sued her for defamation, and he was supposed to prove that she had written the said defaming op-ed, and that she had been lying in the said post. He was also supposed to prove that Amber had lied while knowing she was lying but did it anyway because of malice. Johnny was able to prove all of the 3 charges to be true, and that's why the jury's verdict agreed that all 3 charges were true.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes.
An ACLU employee appeared in court to testify that Amber wrote the op-ed and she actually wanted the post to be posted after the release of Aquaman, because she wanted Aquaman to gain immense popularity from Johnny's woes.
Ms. Heard said in words or substance that she wanted the op-ed to come out soon after Aquaman, correct?
I believe that's correct.
Who did she relate that to?
I don't recall, although I believe that there's documents that we produced that can shed some light on that.
Johnny also proved that Amber had lied about being an abuse survivor, because Johnny had never touched her and that it was actually her who used to hit him and throw pots and glass bottles at him. In the op-ed, Amber had stated that when she came out as a victim of abuse, she faced the wrath of the society because her abuser was an enlisted Hollywood actor. She didn't mention Johnny's name, but it was quite obvious who she was talking about. Audios presented in court showed Amber admitting to starting fights and throwing bottles, and all Johnny would do is split and run away to hide. How can a cowardly man who always runs during fights also be the one beating and punching his wife who loves fighting? Doesn't make sense. In her testimonies, Amber claimed that Johnny pulled her hair, busted her lip, broke her nose, drugged her over broken glass, and even sexually assaulted her with a broken bottle. In all the events that happened to her, she never sought medical attention, and she always seemed to be fine the next day, continuing with her schedule as a celebrity. Quite fine for someone in need of medical attention. On Johnny's end, though, Amber had thrown a broken bottle on his hand and severed the tip of his finger, and everyone, even Amber, had seemed pretty concerned, and he was rushed to the hospital for it. He had the medical records of his assault while Amber didn't, and that's a huge red flag on Amber's case. What sealed the deal on whether Amber was lying or not was the fact that she had told everyone that she had donated all the divorce money to charity, but after a small argument with Camille Vasquez in court, she eventually said that she had only pledged the money and had not paid it.
You testified under oath, quote, "The entirety of my divorce settlement was donated to charity," end quote. That statement wasn't true.
It is true. I pledged the entirety to charity.
The statement...
When you say you buy a house, you don't pay for the entire house at one time. You pay it over time.
Ms. Heard.
All right, next question, please.
So Elaine was simply disrespecting the jury when their client had been the one at fault. She had committed perjury in court and was also honestly guilty. The jury did their job, and I would like to say thank you for the hard work those 7 people put in the 6 weeks they had to sit in court and listen to this case. Anyways, Elaine is just disrespectful and she should apologize. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.